gonna I'm just gonna talk for a few minutes just because I'm experimenting with doing a video lesson for Seekerville. I'm going to talk about how I created a table of contents in my indie pubbed recipe book, just because learning new things, techie things, is really hard for me, and I figured out how to do it, and I'm so excited I want to tell someone else how they can do it. The first picture that I put up is just a screen clipping of what the table of contents looks like in the cookbook I just published called Faster Than Fast Food. That's the finished product. The next image you see is the header, is the top of the Word document that I worked with, and it's in the, you click on the Home tab and look along the right side. You'll see the words header 1, header 2, header 3, which are parts of the Word document I never ever use, but that's what we're going to use today. We write down the headers, the names, in this case the names of my recipes. Then I click on just the title of the recipe. I click on header 1, or I divide the recipe book up into sections, so it's like easy soups, easy sweets, and then under easy sweets, first recipe. So I click on easy sweets and make that header 1, then I click on the title of the recipe and make that header 2. Each title is a header 2. And we need to go through the whole document and make sections into header 1, recipes into header 2. And if you have a document that you want to divide up into a third section, then header 3. These are all going to be important things that we need to create our table of contents. You click on the whole title, you click on header 1 or header 2, whichever is the appropriate thing, and just go through the document and do that. And once you're finished, we'll take the next step. We'll see if this even ends up loading. I don't even know what I'm doing, so we're going to try to make this work though. The next step is you go across the top of your Word document. The first word is homes, then there's insert, and I don't know what all order they're in, but if you go along the top of them, one of them is called reference. Click on reference, and you'll see an image I put up. It's got a yellow arrow pointing to reference, and there's a second yellow arrow that points to table of contents. So we go to table of contents, we click on that, a window opens and it shows you various formatting for your table of contents. The one I used was 1. That's the one that's going to make your header appear, header 1 appear, and header 2 appear below it. There's also header 3, which I didn't know what to do with that, but then I figured out later if you don't have a header 3, it just vanishes. So that's the next thing we do. Click on reference, then all the way to the left. This is on Windows 2013. This is stuff in all Windows, but if you don't have 2013, you're going to have to search for it. Go all the way to the left, table of contents, click on it, and select the formatting that you want. I selected formatting number 1, the first one. Sadly, you cannot know how long I've been fooling around with this, with no idea how to get it off my computer, if I can load it. We're just going to forge onward. When you clicked on table of contents before, if you had the headers clicked correctly, your table of contents should just appear. That should be it. It should be there. And that's how you make a table of contents in a document. Or for example, if you've written a book, you can make a chapter. You can put chapter 1, chapter 2, and each one of those chapters is clickable. So you can just click it and it takes you all the way through. And I have headers so that my biography at the end of the book, that's a header. A list of some of my most recent releases, that's a header. I'm just inspired to do this because I've been trying to publish this cookbook. It's called Faster Than Fast Food. It's for sale on Amazon, and it's a lot of good recipes that are family favorites of mine that I've used every shortcut in the world to so that when my husband comes in at 6 o'clock and says, "Where's supper?" and I'm sitting writing a book, I can say, 15 minutes, there'll be supper. Some of them are longer recipes like crock pot. You know, they don't take long to get together, but they need to cook a long time. So anyway, that's what inspired me to write my cookbook and try to indie publish it. And oddly enough, last week I had 4 books released. It was just kind of a shocking week. This cookbook was just something I figured out to do. I also had a novella release that was part of the Hearts and Twine series that's called The Tangled Ties That Bind. I had a novella collection release called Cowboys of Summer that I did with Tina Radcliffe and Missy Tippins and Cheryl St. John and Sherry Shackelford and Lorna Sealstadt. And I also had a novella collection for anybody who wanted to read the prequel to the Cimarron Legacy series, but doesn't read ebooks because it was available as an ebook only. It is now in print in a collection called All for Love. And all that fooling around and all those books releasing, and I don't know. I just started playing with my computer to do stuff, and I tried to do this too. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.